Then we have Breaking Bridget.
This one did break me a little bit.
The CDC has issued new guidance endorsing chest feeding by trans-identified biological males.
I couldn't even take a fucking Advil when I was pregnant. You're telling these males that they're supposed to take this cocktail of drugs, which include, but are not limited to, estrogen, antipsychotics, a drug that's off market, all of this, and has been said by the FDA that you're not supposed to take it when you're breastfeeding for women. And you're saying it's okay for trans women to take?
Yeah.
So that they can make their lactation, like they're trying to basically stimulate lactation. But it also makes me insane because breastfeeding is so fraught with like emotions, and it's so hard for many women, and they can't do it. And breast milk itself is magic. That shit is magic. The other day on Twitter, I saw this whole thread about how magic breast milk is. And it changes to like give the baby the antibodies that the baby needs based on having contact with you, the saliva, your nipples picking up from that. It's like so insane, and they don't even really know how it all works. And they're just saying, oh, go stimulate lactation with all of these drugs. And how is this good for the baby? How is this okay? You're the CDC. Shouldn't you have... It like makes me emotional.
Yeah.
I get emotional because this is political, not at all about the safety of the baby, just like appeasing some delusion of a person who wants to think that they can make milk.
To mimic lactation, biological males can use a combination of drugs. This combination can include a contraceptive pill to produce estrogen, an anti-nausea medication, a heart medication, an antipsychotic, a sedative, and an off-label...
Why do you need the antipsychotic?
And an off-label lactation drug called domperidone. In 2004, the FDA cautioned biological mothers against taking domperidone, in part because the drug is excreted in breast milk that could expose a breastfeeding infant to unknown risks.
Everybody's just supposed to sit back and take this too. Everyone's supposed to be like, this is fine. I mean, it really did break me because I can't. How is this good for the baby?
It's not.
Shouldn't that be the priority in this endeavor? And chest feeding? Like it's all just stop with this shit. Just stop. People are going to look back on this time and be like, act like they weren't supporting this, act like they weren't telling me to die turf in my comments, acting like they weren't saying J.K. Rowling is a Nazi and a whatever else they're calling her, a fascist and a bigot. They're all going to act like they weren't on board with this because, mark my words, there will be a backlash to this, and a generation of people are going to grow up and be like, what the where were the adults in the room exactly when all of this nonsense just started going crazy, and you let all of these people just grab as much money as they could?
And then the UK recently passed a near total ban on puberty blockers for children and is set to close its only gender clinic.
Yeah. We're way behind in America. Mm-hmm. As Douglas Murray said to me, we're behind because we don't have heroes like J.K. Rowling speaking out and saying, you know, what the F. We just have cowards who are allowing all of this to just like keep going while we just experiment on our children. This is not okay, guys. I know I probably sound like some conservative to you, but it's still, at what point are you more afraid of being called a conservative than protecting an entire generation of children? We've already sacrificed too many of these kids on the altar of this insane ideology.